Hey, welcome back. We're spending the next 31 days talking about everything you need to know to get started with music production. Today's day 23 and we're talking about synthesizers. Now, synthesizers are my favorite instrument because the potential is truly limitless with them. Now, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to talk about the different kinds of synthesis first, of which there are many of them. Now, the more popular forms are ones like subtractive, which involves taking a complex signal and subtracting out parts that you don't like in order to create a brand new sound. This is how most Moog systems function, and that's how most beginners are recommended to start learning, because it's simple. Additive synthesis works in the opposite direction, taking fairly simple sounds like sine waves and combining them together to create more complex tones that way. Then there's the infamous FM synthesis, or frequency modulation. This form takes by taking a waveform and modulating it by another, and that creates some wild brand new sounds that you're not going to get any other way. These sounds can end up being very rich and complex, or very tinny and metallic sounding. This is how the Yamaha DX series works. Now, you'll see a lot of talk online about the concept of hardware synths versus software synths. Most of that is purists talking about how they only use hardware because it sounds warmer and it sounds cleaner and it's better and it's more human, it's less cold. And as an amateur, maybe tempting to buy into that, but only using analog gear is very expensive, and I mean, it's physical. It takes up a lot of space, and us beginners, we might not have all that much space. At the beginner level, I will always just say, use what you can afford, including free. It all depends on the needs of the song, and I will say that hardware is more fun than software. So if the song does need something that can be helped by one of the hardware boxes that I have, I'll use that. My Behringer TD3 is a staple in my studio, and so is the Roland T8 and my Behringer JT4000. But on the software synth side, Logic Pro does have a lot of built-in synthesizers that sound great. And there's tons of freeware synths that you can use like Vital or Dex for absolutely no cost, and they sound really great. They're great emulations of what they take their inspirations from. Synthesizers and synthesis just in general is a massive rabbit hole, so be prepared to walk down it if you do choose to go down that road. It's easy to get really excited, so I would recommend pacing yourself, but it is a really fun world that you should learn about. If you're unfamiliar with them, it is worth to find new sounds and new worlds that you can jump into. This whole scene is definitely worth embracing, especially if it's a new world to you. Next time we're going to talk about filters. See you then.